What number are we on?
This season 2, we'll just start episode 1.
Okay.
Cause I don't,
Yeah.
I don't remember. So just season 2, episode 1.
So,
Alright, alright, we on.
alright, welcome back, man. This is the start of season 2, episode 1, the off season, man. Alright, so already been through the finals, already been through the draft, into summer league now.
Oh,
Man, we haven't been back in a minute, but first
Yeah.
thing we got to talk about, since we haven't talked about it, Golden State beating the Boston Celtics in what was, not to me, a very surprising series, but it must have been a surprising series to y'all, because y'all both picked Boston to win, while I, the most logical, thorough thinking, analyst on this, group right here, decided to pick the 3-time, now 4-time champs to win. Even the ESPN had 86 to 14%, which was wild to me. But, Moot, what happened?
My boy JT didn't show up, man.
But that's an understatement.
That's all I can say about it. Is my boy didn't show up, man.
That's it?
That's really it. Like,
Okay. There's a couple reasons I picked against against the Warriors. One was personal because I can't have the Warriors win with no KD because it looked bad. So I was like, if Boston win, at least he lost to the team that won it all. But like, the real reason I chose Boston is because I thought you had Steph, which to this day I don't know why they just kept letting them shoot threes. They kept playing the drop coverage, and he just kept torching them
the whole time.
They were going under everything, bro.
I was like, oh my. But see, so Clay wasn't playing. He wasn't consistent.
So for people out there who don't know what drop coverage is when the defender who's supposed to be helping the guard who is guarding Steph Curry, instead of actually coming up and forcing him to either drive or double team him, they just stay back because they're basically saying, we're going to let Steph Curry go off, but nobody else, which was the dumbest thing.
Oh, that hurt, man.
And
so
look, Ime Udoka's a great coach. He's a great rookie coach, so he's set there. They've made strides and stuff like that, but he's definitely going to kick himself in the butt later on, being like, what was I doing?
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I don't know if Boston makes it back.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think they make it
That's
back.
That's what I'm saying. Like maybe in a couple of years, he's like, dang, like that was our chance.
Cause
like, what if? But they went out, got Malcolm Brogdon for pennies on the dollar. They barely sent any. They didn't send any role players in it.
I still don't.
That secures the point guard spot. That moves Marcus over to the shooting guard spot, where he's probably more likely to play. Then you just move Jaylen Brown to the 3.
I don't think
JT
it
at the
helps.
4, Robert at the 5.
You can't listen to Devin, though. Devin had the Miami Heat winning it all. So he can't.
They ain't good to know. No, tell them. They were one shot away. They was one shot away. They was one shot away.
Hey, you know what's crazy about that entire series, though? I don't really think they ever won a game. I think Boston just beat themselves.
In the Warriors series?
No, in the Miami Heat series.
The Warriors series, they beat themselves every game.
When Boston lost games to Miami Heat, Boston beat themselves. Miami didn't beat Boston.
It was the same for Golden State. All except for the one game that Steph went off. He had like 40-something. That's the only game.
After game 4, when Steph had 43.
Yeah.
The Boston Celtics had no chance.
No, but they would beat themselves. They just turned the ball.
But you, on the flip side, you got to give it to Golden State, though, because you also got to capitalize on those mistakes.
Oh, yeah,
but
I don't think, man, Golden State was not that good to me. I'm sorry. They're not that good
I
to
don't
me.
think they were that. I don't think they were that good either. But
Steph is
championship
great.
mindset and having to battle adversity does come into play at some point.
But
And
see, this is frustrating.
all I'm saying is, I don't even think the Celtics. You want me to be honest? I don't even think the Celtics get out the second round if Chris Middleton isn't hurt.
If Chris
That's
Middleton's
just
not
me.
hurt,
That's
Bucks
just
win
me.
it all.
That's what I'm saying. The Bucks run through everybody. But just to put into context for everybody, Jason Tatum played 40 minutes a game in the finals, averaged 21.5 points. We'll round it up to 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal a game. But here's the kicker, guys.
10 turnovers.
Four turnovers a game.
He had 100 turnovers in the playoffs.
He shot 36.5% from the field.
Look, this is what
His 3-point percentage was at 45%, which was almost
Great.
10 points higher than his his free throw percentage was 65% in the finals. And on top of that, he only got to the free throw line 5 times a game.
See, there was 2 things I seen that was the problem. For the man that dunked on the greatest player that ever lived, his rookie year, he never dunked again. I didn't see him dunk this whole playoff.
Yeah. He doesn't attack the basket. I don't know what the analytics are, but
He tried to do that little
that doesn't work. And then if he can shoot mid range, but he never got to his spot in the mid range. So it was either threes or layups.
Like his body, it's crazy. His body's gotten better, like physically.
Yeah.
But for some reason, he's floated more and more away from the basket, like shooting like these Kobe fadeaways, or like just trying to do stuff that like we know you have, but it's just not as efficient as what you could be.
Yeah, it was rough. That was rough to watch.
Yeah.
Cause the Warriors weren't even good. That's what's frustrating to me. If the Warriors was like,
okay, let's not.
They weren't good, man. They weren't good.
Hey, you want me to be honest with you? You want me to be honest with you?
What?
Steph, Jason Tatum. Who are you taking?
Steph.
Okay. And we go second best player.
If we go Andrew Wiggins or Jalen Brown. That's a toss up. I'll give that a toss up.
All right, there you go. Even, right? So then you go. Even if you pick Jalen Brown, that's fine. 1-1. Now the next couple players are all Golden State.
No,
I think Jordan Poole's overrated. He overrated, man.
Stop.
He's overrated. Yeah,
A kid in his 30s averaging 20 points a game.
I'll apologize to y'all.
He literally was making the huge shots key moments. The 3 that put him back up in Game 5.
Okay.
At the end of the third quarter, when the Celtics made that huge run after they were down by like 15, Jason Tatum literally said that shot us dead right after that. And he had 8 huge points in that third quarter. Oh, okay.
Now look. Here, let me be honest. Let me be honest with y'all though. I apologize to both of y'all.
Sorry, Payton Pritchard didn't show up. I'm sorry, Marcus Smart didn't show up. I'm sorry, Al Horford didn't show up.
Played good.
Al Horford was solid. But look, I gotta apologize.
After Game 1, Al Horford was nothing.
He was solid though. He was solid. Like Game 1, he went crazy. But
if Al Horford is your second best player, does it work?
No, it doesn't work. That's what's frustrating. That's what's frustrating about it, though. But look, I apologize to y'all because when we had the Tyrese Maxey or Jordan Poole, I went with Jordan Poole. I got to scratch that.
You're crazy for that. No, you're crazy for that.
Nah, Jordan Poole was hooping, but I was like, when I see him in the playoff, I was like, nah.
Tyrese Maxey was literally like commanding his own team for the whole Ben Simmons saga, and you thought that Jordan Poole was better than him.
It's because, I thought Jordan Poole had a higher ceiling, but I can't go there. Jordan Poole's not even... Jordan Poole, nah, I can't go there. I'm sorry. He's like the 4th or 5th best player on the team. Andrew Wiggins surprised me. I knew he was good. I didn't think he'd hoop like that.
He was good because he wasn't expected to be the first or even second best guy.
Nah, but...
That's why he hooped.
No, look.
His best spot. That's his best spot. Some people are just built like that, man.
But you didn't see this coming though. Like nobody's seen Andrew Wiggins like these past couple games.
Yeah. He. Well, why not though? Because in Minnesota, he used to average like 22 a game. He only averaged like 18.
No, but he was getting like 15 boards. He was locking up.
Rebounding, yes.
He was doing some.
But he's always been a good defender. He's always been a plus defender.
No, he looked like Kawhi out there.
Y'all just have this perception because he's not a number one.
No.
And he was supposed to be the next Michael Jordan and the next all this other crap coming out of high school.
Look.
All right? So everyone has this misconception that Andrew Wiggins, go look at his stats. Oh, look at his stats.
No, they were good.
Defender. They're damn near pretty good for a number one pick, honestly, because a lot of number one picks don't pan out.
Yeah,
they said like career averages, he's averaging the most in his class, and that had Embiid and Jokic and all them. But he looked like Kawhi Leonard out there. I knew he could play defense. I knew he was a solid defender.
And what if this series kicks him into another gear?
That's what I'm worried about.
He takes over that solidified second spot from Clay, and he goes back to averaging his like 22. And then now he's like, dang, I can rebound like that. Now in the regular season, he ain't gonna rebound like that every game, but he'll probably get close to 7 or 8 boards a night. So if you getting 22 and 8 from Andrew Wiggins, that's scary.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. I'm not worried about
Moody's
Clay.
coming up. Jonathan Kuminga's coming up. It's looking.
Unless they get traded. Well, we could talk about that.
But, hey, if they get traded, that means it's going to be a good piece coming back.
We could talk about the piece that might come back. I know it's coming up later.
All right, moving on. Here we go. This is probably the next topic that everyone wants to talk about, so we'll just get into it. KD and Kyrie trade sweepstakes.
Oh,
Man. Devin, should the Warriors be interested in a KD reunion?
See, if I'm the Warriors, it's tough. Because on one hand, you're low-key, you're rebuilding while you're still winning now. But on the other hand, you don't know if those pieces will end up being able to compete how Steph and them. If you get KD, y'all might win 3 more chips and make it like this great run that y'all had.
Mm-hmm. So he's weak.
Huh?
He's considering that. He's so weak. He's so weak.
Devin don't care at this point. Devin don't care.
Look, just get away from Kyrie. Mook, you were right too. Kyrie the problem. Look,
he is the problem,
I knew he was a problem. This is ridiculous. I didn't know he was this bad, man.
Like, I knew he was a problem when KD's like, I'm requesting a trade. Like, KD was so locked in Brooklyn.
I'm gonna sign the extension.
And now people want to realize why James Harden wanted to get out too. Kyrie Irving is a problem.
Man, should the Warriors
want a reunion?
They shouldn't. No, they shouldn't. They shouldn't. We've proven that we can win without you. You need us. You feel like you can leave and go win. You didn't do that. Now you want to come back? No.
No, he doesn't want to come back. He didn't say he wanted to come back, but the Warriors might be interested.
Said on his podcast, he would be open to it.
He'd be open to it, but on his list, he didn't have it.
Man, he wants to go to the Heat or the Suns. He always want to go to the team that's winning. He can't win where he's at. Goodness.
Nah, but look, neither one has won a chip, so it don't look as bad as the Warriors move.
I don't think KD should want to go back.
You know where KD should go? You know where KD needs to go?
The Thunder.
No, I can't go to the Thunder. They're young. They're young and they have pieces. I understand that. But KD's 34. If KD was like in his 30s, I'd be like, okay, maybe.
You get a package. You can get a package of like, you're either gonna the main centerpiece is either gonna have to be Chet or Josh Giddey.
And some pick. They have like 20 picks. They
You feel me? Josh Giddey, like Lou Dort. Throw them in one of your picks you just got, that new kid Jalen Williams, the one from Santa Clara, not the one from Arkansas. The one from Arkansas is good.
Nah, this other one, he's nice. Nah, he's nice.
He is nice.
I just reacted to the video. He's cold.
He's nice. Mook, if you ain't seen him
I
hoop yet,
watched him.
bruh,
Nah, he was doing some crazy
nice.
stuff.
Right? Hey, think about that. Josh Giddey, Jalen Williams, a Lou Dort package, and then like 7 picks.
I'm gonna be honest though.
That's the best. That's the best you're gonna get.
No,
other
it's
than, like,
not.
a Brandon Ingram from the Pelicans.
Yeah, Pelicans. The Pelicans should offer this. They should give Brandon Ingram, and they have a whole bunch of picks from other teams. I want to see KD and Brandon Ingram team up, but that's not possible. So I would throw in Brandon Ingram and a bunch of picks. Brandon Ingram, maybe another player.
So you want to see CJ, Zion, and KD on the same team?
That's the best team he can go to. Maybe Phoenix.
Is Brandon Ingram on his rookie max extension?
I don't know. I don't think so. Because people have been floating it around.
If he is on his rookie max extension,
then he can. They got to trade Ben.
Because Ben's on his rookie max, and they got that dumb rule.
Yeah,
you can't have 2.
So then, you wouldn't be able to trade Zion then, right? Since he just signed.
He just signed his rookie max, you can't have 2 of those. So if someone wanted to trade them, who just got Darius Garland, if Darius
So my question is, what they gonna do with Ben Simmons? They're just gonna leave him over there?
Yeah.
I really think that they're trying to package him and send him somewhere.
I heard,
honestly. I think they're trying to tear it down.
I heard something, and this woman on ESPN brought it up, and it was a 3-team trade. They would trade Ben, I think, to Utah, Donovan Mitchell, and someone else, and I think Spencer Dinwiddie would go to Brooklyn and some picks, and KD would go to Dallas with Luka.
That'd be sick.
That would be so live. It ain't happening.
That'd be my favorite. That'd be my favorite off top. I would even catch
Luka. I'm gonna be a fan because I'm in Dallas now. I'll be a fan.
You know what's crazy? I get to go watch. Well, if nothing happens, I get to go watch Chet play in OKC all the time now.
Yeah,
so
Chet.
It's only a 5-hour
We'll talk
drive.
about Chet.
I can make that drive easy.
We'll talk about Chet later. I don't want to give my take on Chet yet. But Kyrie going to the Lakers, that's already a done deal. No one else wants him.
But the Nets don't want Russell Westbrook back. So they're I've been hearing talks that on
Spurs
articles I've been reading from Bleacher Report that the Spurs are trying to get in and basically just take his contract on but just taking a whole bunch of picks with it too. So
see,
it's just one of those things that you gotta find a third team that wants Russ.
See, the thing is, the Spurs are being super smart right now. They gave up DeJounte Murray because they were they're trying to get what's his name from France next year.
Victor
Wembanyama or something. They're getting
something like that.
Yeah, they trying to get him.
I pronounced it wrong.
So they pretty much busted the team up because they're gonna lose. We'll take on Russ. That's guaranteed L's. And then boom, you're gonna hit the top 3 spot. And if they get him, man, he's cold.
But the only thing is, it's different than what it was back then when, they got the number 1 pick with David Robinson and Tim Duncan. If you were the worst team in the league, you got a 25% chance of getting the number 1 pick.
Now it's 14.
Now it's flat odds between the top, I don't want to say it's the bottom 3 teams. 3 teams have 14%. And I want to say, the 4th team is 12.5. So, you have a better shot of dropping outside of the top 4. Yeah. It's a 50-50 chance that you drop outside the top 4 than you do of getting it. You only get a 1 in 7 chance of getting.
Yep.
That's crazy.
So it's gonna be tough, but I think that's what they're setting up for, to at least try to get that number 1 spot.
I feel that.
Because with DeJounte Murray, they were almost in. Were they in the play-in?
They were in the play-in.
They were in the play-in. Yeah. So even as bad as they were, trying to be, I guess, they still made the play-in. So you just gotta bust it up.
Mook, what's a Kyrie, AD, and LeBron team look like?
Chaos.
I think the team would be really good just because, Kyrie is at his best when he's with LeBron. Reason why he's trying to fish his way back. And then I think it takes off a lot of pressure off LeBron just because, Kyrie has to do something for himself this next couple of years, or
he out the league.
Yeah, he has to do something for himself soon. And then I think AD knows that he has to do something for himself as well, because like y'all always talked about, like after the championship that they won in the bubble, like he was supposed to be in the conversation with Giannis and KD in the next season. It's like, where's AD even at? So him and Kyrie are both on that wave where like this next couple of seasons have to be really good for them. And if LeBron is playing how he just played and they pick up their stuff, they might win 2 or 3.
Okay.
They might win 2 or 3. So I think it would be good if it happened. If it happened, I think it would be good.
Real quick, I want to ask you.
Yeah, go ahead, Devin.
Okay, since you're a Lakers fan, are you taking Kyrie? Because this is what I've heard, I guess, the Lakers are considering. Because LeBron wants Kyrie. So would you take Kyrie, knowing his history and all the stuff he went through? Or would you settle for like a Buddy Hield and Miles Turner type of deal?
I think just knowing that it's the Lakers, it's LA, and knowing Kyrie's relationship with Kobe prior, I think taking him will be good because he knows what he's playing for. Like, I'm playing in LA. I was close to Kobe. Like, I'm in Kobe's world. Like, I gotta put on for Kobe. So I think he'll take that to heart. Like, I think just knowing how Kyrie is about Kobe, I think him being in LA, we might see old Kyrie back. Like,
Okay.
we might see old Kyrie.
As long as you can keep him under check, then I think it's a good move.
But I think LeBron does that. I think LeBron does that, and I think being in the Lakers organization, all of that together does that for Kyrie.
Yeah, I think LeBron's the only one who can keep him in check.
Exactly, and then knowing like I can't let Kobe down. I'm playing for the organization that his jerseys are in the Raptors. Like I got, like I just think those two components right there just pull Kyrie out of this little slump that he's in.
Okay.
Is that a championship contending team?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because you gotta look at it like this. Like,
Let's say, okay, how about this? In a let's say fantasy world, Kyrie gets over to LA before the season starts. Let's say, hypothetically, he plays 60 games, LeBron plays 65, AD plays 55, 60. Where do you see them falling in the ranks of the Western Conference?
I think they'll be in the middle from that 4 to 6 range, which would be good for them though. Like, I'm not expecting them to be 1-2 seed just because the West is still loaded. Like, there's still so much talent there in the West. Like, so I think that they're anywhere from that 4 to 6 range, letting them rest until the playoffs come, and then it's over with.
With the Lakers, I'm real iffy on what they did this offseason. Like, they got younger. They got some defensive-minded guys back to what they did when they actually won the championship back in 2020. But they also got some guys on the team now who just really can't even make a shot either. So it would be huge if they got Kyrie. If they got Kyrie and then another, like, floor spacer, Joe Harris, they're trying to get Seth Curry. I really don't think that's going to happen.
They're not getting Seth.
That's, that's another story. If they get another floor spacer, I do think that, that team probably, as long as they stay relatively healthy and, nothing crazy happens with Kyrie, I think I could see them being as high as a 3 or a 2 seed, but I could also see them be as low as a 6, 7 seed. But I do think that they would make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just want to see how it's going to be with the new coach too and everything like that. Like, Frank Vogel just sat there. Just sat there and, did what he thought was right. Like, so hopefully
to be fair, though, there's nothing you can do with Russ. He just didn't fit.
Well, that's the same thing you can say with Kyrie at this point.
With what?
There's nothing that you can do with him.
Nobody else can keep him in check but LeBron James. Russ, from a basketball perspective, doesn't fit with LeBron.
But that's to my point. And you know what, Devin? And to your point, this may sound crazy, but the only person who could probably keep Russ in check is KD. So maybe they need to link back up.
KD can't keep him in check.
Because when he was playing with them, he wasn't.
Don't do that. Next one, the next topic. Don't do that. Don't do that.
We're all going to select one team that we felt was a winner of the draft and one team that we felt was a loser of the draft. First, we're going to go with the losers. Okay? So, I'm going to go first. All right? My loser of the draft. I hate. Oh God, I hate to say this because I feel like this might come back to bite me. But
Let's hear
I
it.
was low on him going into the draft. I'm gonna be low on him now. The loser of the draft are the Houston Rockets selecting Jabari Smith at the
Jared,
number 3 pick.
Jared. No, wait.
Hear me out. Hear me out before. Hear me out
Wait.
before. Hear
I
me out.
I agree with you. I seen him dribbling the other day with his head down. He couldn't even keep up with the ball. I'm like,
Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. As a top 3 pick, you're supposed to like have that aura of you're gonna be a franchise player or hopefully a friend. I can't wrap my mind around Jabari Smith. He's a defensive menace, absolute defensive menace. But aside from a catch and shoot 3 and a curl around elbow shot, I never saw nothing at Auburn, and I watched college basketball. I never saw nothing at Auburn that gave me he's gonna take over the NBA vibes. Texas A&M locked him up. They literally just forced him to dribble, and that was history. And as you can see in the summer league, he's already loose with the dribble, and these are going against, no offense, undrafted players. Okay? I know y'all saw when him and Paulo went against each other. Paulo was making grown man moves. Grown man moves.
That's true.
All right? Paulo was able to get to his spots and actually make a shot because he's NBA ready. And I'm not saying in 2 or 3 years maybe Jabari Smith's not NBA ready, but by then I feel like the Houston Rockets are going to have moved on. Not moved on as in like off to the side, whatever, but he's not the main focal point anymore of the Rockets because we gave you your chance. And the NBA is a fast-moving game nowadays, and they don't give you 2, 3, 4 chances. All right? If you don't work out, you don't work out. You at the end of the bench, you getting PT here or there. If you sprout, you sprout. If not, you're really just a trade asset waiting for a big superstar. And honestly, if it was me and I was the Houston Rockets, I would have drafted Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey and Jalen Green next to each other would have been sick. Kevin Porter Jr. is not going to end up working out. His off-the-court stuff, his attitude on the court, it doesn't work. Now, if you want that to be your starting point guard of your team, by all means, go ahead. But I honestly think Jaden Ivey and Jalen Green would have been your best bet. I honestly would have taken Keegan Murray over Jabari Smith. Keegan Murray is an elite three-point shooter just like Jabari Smith, and he's a better, bigger NBA body. He can guard. He can rebound. The only thing that I can say about Jabari Smith right now that he's NBA ready at is defense.
Oh, man. Okay, let me ask you a question. Why did you say... Okay, when you started this, you said this might come back to bite you. I want to hear why you think that.
Because he's 6'10 and a half and shoots 42% from catch and shoot threes. The blueprint is there. I just don't think he's going to get there.
I said, okay. Look, if he was with a different team, look, since the Rockets drafted him, I can see why you say that. I think if he was with a different team, it would be completely different. I think,
if he went to the Thunder, he would have had a much better chance of being a superstar.
Yeah.
Shea would have set him up. Josh Giddey would have set him up.
This is crazy.
But that's not the Rockets are not that. The Rockets are a run and gun team, and Jabari Smith is not that. He needs to be pick and pop. Yeah, maybe sometime in transition he'll catch one, but like Jalen Green, Josh Christopher, Kevin Porter Jr., they're all trying to run and gun. They just traded away Christian Wood. They traded him away to free up space for Jabari Smith Jr., who does almost the exact same thing Christian Wood does. That makes no sense.
Okay. So
you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. It's crazy. I just did a reaction video. I said the same thing. I said if people
they trade away Christian Wood so that Sengun can come in, run this run and gun 5 with them until they figure out their center spot, and have Jaden Ivey and Jalen Green picking it up and having Kevin Porter Jr. and Josh Christopher coming off the bench. I thought they were going to set that up. I was like, oh, Paulo went 1, Chet went 2, Jabari Smith, I was thinking during the draft, literally I was thinking like NBA GMs are like hearing stuff about Jabari, probably like, nah, like like maybe we back off of him. Nah, but they took him, and then I'm already seeing it during the summer league. I'm already seeing it. That's all I'm saying. I'm already seeing it.
Okay. Look, all right. So I did a reaction, and I said the same thing. I said if it was OKC with Shea Gilgeous and Josh Giddey, he would have an easier time scoring. I agree with that. But I don't see. He's great on defense.
It's also about a confidence thing, though. It's also about a confidence thing. If he's never touching the ball, if he's not getting shots, like he'll never turn into that offensive threat that you need. And tell me again, a franchise player who is solely defense.
See, look, Anthony Davis when he came in, he was solely defense and then developed the offensive game.
Though.
How?
That's different. Anthony Davis was generational. He set the lead. He was leading the NCAA in blocks and set that record with like 10 games to go. He was generational.
But
and
nobody
that team was like undefeated all the way to the championship.
Okay, but
that's completely different.
Oh, no,
Auburn lost in the second round of not only the SEC tournament,
Jared, get him, Jared.
of the NCAA tournament.
Okay, let me ask you another.
You feel me? You feel me? Like,
but he was. All I'm saying is he was strictly defense.
Jabari Smith couldn't get a shot off.
Anthony Davis was strictly defense and developed it up. I think this is what I'm thinking. If he wasn't drafted by the Rockets, that's the
Jabari Smith to Anthony Davis.
No, I'm not doing that. All I'm saying is he was able to develop the offensive game through the league while his defense was there. Jabari Smith
but
is
who was
good.
on the Pelicans? Who was on the Pelicans and Hornets to take away from his shots?
Nobody.
And who's on the Rockets to take away from Jabari Smith?
Okay, see, this is what I'm saying though. I don't think Jabari Smith is a bad pick. I think Houston picking him is bad. Like,
but that's why I said it. The NBA.
But you said you're not high on Jabari though. I think Jabari. If Jabari was with another team,
I was low on him.
Would be great.
What I mean by low, I mean like I feel like he's a top 5 pick in this draft. Yes.
Top 3.
That's fine.
If it wasn't Houston,
he's top 5 of mine. I have Keegan Murray and Caden Ivey ahead of him. That's just me. But look, hear me out. When I say down, I mean like everyone was literally saying he's going 1, he's going 1, he's going 1. And if he's not going 1, he's for sure going 2. I'm thinking like, what?
2 makes sense though. Stuff? But 2 would make
no sense.
2 makes sense.
But I have Paolo and Chet are both better than him. Both of them are clearly better than him. To me.
Paolo, Chet's a toss-up.
It doesn't make sense for the Magic, who I already figured were going to take Paolo because that's who I had number 1, to then pass up on a 7-2 unicorn of Chet, who is actually more comparable to Anthony Davis in college than Jabari Smith is because of his defensive versatility.
Just because of the block. Okay. But see.
So then, Jabari Smith 3,
we're going to get stuck on this. We're going to get stuck on this. Because look, to me, Chet's
not a bad pick if he went anywhere else other than 3. I'll give you that.
Okay. Houston doesn't fit.
But since he went 3, Houston's a loser, and Jabari Smith might not reach his potential.
Okay, to me, the loser of the draft is the Knicks simply because they didn't draft anybody. But they didn't get.
Who were they going to draft at 11?
What's it called? Was available? They said, okay. I guess they didn't necessarily need them, but they traded the picks. They traded pretty much all their picks. They thought they were getting, hold up, I'll go to it later.
They had to get draft capital for Jalen Brunson, so they were like figuring all that out. They weren't even worried about the draft.
We'll talk about that move too. But the Knicks, to me, losing the draft simply because they didn't draft nobody. They don't have they're not good enough to where you could just stay stagnant pretty much.
I get what you're saying.
I think the Knicks lost the whole free agency.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we'll get to that. But
the whole
he said the whole free agency.
I think they was tripping. They tripping bad.
All right. Mook, who's your loser?
Go loser.
Loser. probably with Devin the Knicks. They like what did they? They didn't do anything. They didn't do anything. I think the winner. Can I tell my winner though?
Let's go winner. Yeah, we can just switch.
My winner of the draft is the Magic. I like Paolo, bro. He's gonna he's a real problem. He's gonna be a real problem.
Yeah, Apollo's nice.
Yeah, he's nice. He's nice.
I can see him going. See, to me, Paulo was number one because he was versatile. He could do it. He's a good passer.
Now he's showing off his passing skills.
Yeah, he could pass. His shot's decent, and then he has an NBA body already.
That's already. He already looks like he's been in the league a couple of years.
See,
what about you, Devin?
Detroit. To me, Detroit won the draft. Detroit finna be so nasty, man. Not next year, but next couple years they finna be tough.
And this just solidifies my Jabari Smith take. This just
solidifies it. But look, I don't know if time out.
But why do you, all right, so then tell me why. Just forget about the whole Jabari Smith thing. Tell me why you think off of them picking Jaden Ivey, that's the only thing we're talking about.
They got what's it called too?
Why they're gonna be so good.
What's his name? Jalen Durant or whatever his name is. They got a big. So this is the reason why I think the Pistons won. Cause he fits. I don't think Jaden Ivey will fit in Houston either. To be honest, I don't know what will fit in Houston. Like Paolo to me will fit the best in Houston. They don't have anyone that passes. Like they don't pass at all. Everyone's trying to score, so that Houston's in a rough spot already.
Jalen Duran's been looking good.
He looks solid.
Again, it's just like one of those things that like he's a center and capping out. I think at like 6'9", 6'10", or maybe 6'11".
Yeah, I think they said he's 6'11".
Whatever he is, he's not that like versatile on offense yet. So the most he might give you right now is a double-double, 10 and 10, which is nice, but
no, you don't need it. But look, you don't need it.
Isaiah Stewart down there. Or how much burn is Jalen gonna get?
He likes to fight. Isaiah Stewart. You got what's it called on the back end if he starts getting texts and stuff. To me, you have more bodies to throw down there. So like if you're playing Joel Embiid or someone, they put people in foul trouble. Like bigs. You'll just have more bigs to throw at them. But they don't need them to be a star. They got Cade, Sadiq Bey, and then they got Jaden Ivey. They're finna be cold. They're finna be nice. So, I like Detroit.
I might be a little biased here, but my winner of the draft are the Thunder. Selecting Chet at number 2, just letting him fall into your hands like that. Because the thing is, like, if I was the Thunder and Paolo fell to me, I would have took Paolo. But it's just like Chet is the next best thing. And yes, he had a lot of the only concern is he too skinny? That's literally the only concern. Being skinny makes you vulnerable to injuries. It makes you vulnerable to being pushed off your spot, stuff like that. And we've seen the Summer League when he faces big body players, aka Kenny Lofton Jr. giving him that work. That, sometimes you got to find a better position to get in defense. And that'll come with time. But you see the offensive versatility already. Stuff that he wasn't showing at Gonzaga.
Yeah, facts.
Off the dribble, between the leg, behind the back, step back threes. I mean, the first game, I think he went, 5 for 6 or 6 for 7 from threes. Something crazy. And ended up with 22, 9, 6 blocks. I mean, it's there. And then everyone was hating on their 12th pick, Jalen Williams, out of Santa Clara, thinking it was a stretch. He's clearly shown to be one of the highlights of the draft, one of the steals of the draft. He's a great, solid, big guard who can set people up, who can shoot, who can attack. I like that. And then, capping it off, they also got Ousmane Dieng. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, out of New Zealand. And his shot looks good right now in the Summer League, but right now it's not all the way there. So I want to say that he's really just a prospect, but I really just wanted to focus on those two main guys because I think that those two main guys are going to be huge for the Thunder in the coming years.
So OKC is always great at picking and drafting. So I'll give them that. I want to hear what you think about this though. What is Chet's ceiling? Because to me, it's Kristaps. That's about it. I don't think he gets better than that. I think his ceiling is Kristaps.
I'd say his ceiling is probably somewhere in between. Points wise, his cap is probably 25. He'll probably never get more than 25. But if I had to be realistic, I think he'll cap at like 23. He'll be around 23, 11, 2.5 blocks, somewhere in there. So, yeah, Kristaps is a good comparison. It's just Kristaps and him play a different. Kristaps attacks the rim.
Yeah,
like back in his prime, Kristaps attacked the rim. He does more drop offs and he's like quick up unders, and he'll bring the ball up. Like in summer league, he literally brings the ball up. Kristaps was never bringing the ball up, ever. And I don't know. We've never really seen a player like Chet, so it's hard to gauge. But I don't think he'll ever be like this dominant force. But I do think that he can get to a point where he is your second best player on a championship team. If that answers
is Jabari Smith ceiling higher than Chet, or is Chet's higher than Jabari?
Chet's higher.
Chet's is higher. Okay, I don't know, man.
Chet has the highest potential out of anyone, just being 7'2" with a 7'6" wingspan, moving the way he does. Let's just say, again, in an unrealistic world, he never gets hurt, ever.
I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough for me.
I think Jaden Ivey's ceiling is higher than both of them.
He's the next Ja to me. Like he played just like Ja. He plays.
He's more of a 1 foot jumper. Ja's 2. Ja's coming off 2. So like Jaden Ivey's like real quick with it.
Yeah.
Ja's quick and then explodes. Like it's crazy. Ja, there ain't nobody like Ja.
But I mean, like they're like the way they play. Like
Jaden Ivey reminds me of a poor man's D Wade.
He reminds me of a mixture of both, like a Ja and a D Wade. He reminds me a little bit of both, but Jaden Ivey is that man nice.
All right, so then we'll just jump right into it. Who's your favorite to win Rookie of the Year?
Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey got.
I got Paolo.
Yeah, I got Paolo.
I think he's just gonna get the touches over there with the Magic. They're just gonna feed him. But Cade's gonna have the ball a lot with the Pistons. Paolo is the number one guy on the Magic.
Okay. Day one. But let me throw this at you. Who won Rookie of the Year this past year?
Scotty Barnes.
They weren't feeding him. Like he played with.
But he was on a good team though. So that gave him extra points. So what rookie is going to be on a good team that's going to give him extra points?
This is what I'm saying. I think him like Cade and Sadiq with Pablo, he'll have the touches.
Do you think Scotty Barnes wins Rookie of the Year if they were like the 8th or 9th seed?
Potentially. Because I don't think Rookie. See, I don't think Rookie of the Year is. Like MVP?
No, it's not as much as MVP and other stuff is.
So I don't think Rookie of the Year is the same.
It does help though.
So maybe. So I don't know. Maybe it could have went either way, even with the seeding. So I don't know. But I think the fact that he has like Paulo, everyone's like he's gonna get the best defender and the most attention on him because he's the only one they have.
How many great defenders do you have at that 4 position?
It's tough. Cause he'll be
again. You got to think he's 6'10" and a half, all of it, 250. He's a grown man and a kid. He's a kid in a grown man's body. Like they can't just go out there and throw Marcus Smart on him. That's not working. Like you can't go out there. You can't even really go out there and throw Draymond Green on him unless Draymond Green is able to hug him the whole damn time and do Draymond Green stuff.
I think Draymond will be all right. Draymond will be all right over there. See, but
Draymond's 6'7".
And I'm just gonna try to intimidate him.
But you
see what Paolo is doing all his work in the summer league, either at the top of the key, where it's spaced out, or on the block. That's it. and if it's on the block, he waits until he's positioned on the block to catch it. He never like dribbles into it, so it's only a one dribble and then he makes a move. It's never a like I'm doing this. That's only at the top of the key if he has like a 5 on him or something like that.
So I see. So like the last game Paulo he had 23, but he had 8 turnovers.
Yeah, he did.
I think all eyes are gonna be because he's gonna be the one with the ball the most. So yeah, he'll have opportunities to make more plays, but I think the defense will be more focused on him. Whereas with the Pistons, you might have more attention on Cade and and Jaden Ivey could get his a lot easier than Paulo would be able to get his. So that's the only reason I would go Jaden Ivey, at least for Rookie of the Year. So
and who you got, Mook?
Paulo.
He got Paulo.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right.
Yo, what is Chet gonna do when like Zion hits him in the chest to like Giannis?
Or Embiid.
I
don't know, man.
Whenever Giannis hits him, they might tell him to stay away from Giannis.
Would it be crazy though? What about this? Would it be crazy though to kind of use him not like Giannis, but like Giannis on defense? Play him and make him guard the 4s so that he can be on the help side a lot of the times.
And
rotate over.
Instead of guarding like Embiid, and instead of guarding like Tobias Harris's and stuff like that. People who can like make plays but aren't prone to like backing, people the hell all the way down. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying, and I would do that too.
It's different having a 6'8", 250 guy backing you down versus a 7-foot 250 guy backing you down. It's different.
Yeah.
It's different. Even if you get your chest caved in, you can still block the shot.
But that's
all I'm saying from the Thunder's perspective.
Yeah, I would do that.
They go Giddey, SGA, Lou Dort, Chet, and then play either Jalen Williams or have another center that they have there. I don't know what their center play is right now. Darius Baisley or
so they got somebody, but I'm just saying, man. Once he gets hit in the chest, he might like crack a rib or something. I don't want that to happen to him.
If we're being realistic, though,
he looks like Kevin Durant.
Who is Jabari Smith stopping in the post if Embiid is down there?
Hey man,
Jabari Smith just a probably like 20 or 25 pounds, a little bit heavier than Chet. It ain't by much.
I know, but
Paulo is the only one who looks like out of those three. Looks like
he can take. I don't know. All I'm saying, man, is Chet he might be like you said. KD, he might be the skinniest I've ever seen in my life as far as playing basketball.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like Zion makes Giannis look like a toddler. Like the way he be hitting Giannis is crazy. So if he hits Chet like that, they might bring out a stretcher or something. Like that's all I'm saying.
Y'all are terrible.